Hi guys, Friday! Best day of the week! No, Monday is my best day of the week, so I get to see you guys. Friday's my saddest day of the week, so I don't get to talk to you all weekend. Sad face. Right, today, maths, we've got a beautiful arithmetic test. You get space to do some working out. I remember doing one of these. Didn't look like this, but it had similar questions at the start of the year. And I think loads of you got like 3 out of 28. But we're doing really, really well with this. You get half an hour for this. This should not take you half an hour though. It should take you a lot less time. Make sure your answers are nice and clear. Again, no photos like this. This is not helpful. Yahona can't read this. That's no good for her. Nice photo like this. Perfect. Help us out, guys. Help us out. Thanks. Newsletters today. Can't wait to read your newsletters about what's been going on at home. I want you to tell me something exciting that's happened this week. Have you been out anywhere? Now we're allowed to start doing things a little bit at a time. Did you go to the shops? Now the shops are open. I have not been to the shops yet, partly because I've been too busy, but also just like, don't know, bit weird not being to the shops for so long. Like, bit weird going to the shops. It's freaking me out a bit. I've been to Sainsbury's, but I've not been to like, I don't know, Topshop. One day. So yeah, tell me something exciting that you've been doing at home with your family. I love it when you put family photos in your newsletters as well. That's fantastic. Tell me something that's happened in the news as well this week. Check news round, read the first newsletter that I put on the page as well. Might be something to do with coronavirus because that seems to be always leading the news, but it might be to do with something else. I look forward to reading your newsletters. They're always very entertaining. And I love it when you do extra little bits, like Adam's really good at putting little adverts in there. He did a good one for KFC the other week. Kira did like a word search in one corner and a little recipe in another corner of hers, which I thought was a fantastic idea. Really, really good. I like it. How Joseph does it as well is he like lists loads of headlines. Because sometimes on a newspaper, it'll say like, read these other stories inside, and you can list loads of other stories that you've read about as well, rather than writing the whole report along with your couple of paragraphs about your stories that you're going to tell me. So I'm really excited to read those, as always. Back today, Friday, always proofreading. I want you to have a read of all your writing you've done this week. We did a table on Monday. We did a diary on Tuesday. We did settings description on Wednesday. We did a list of things we'd take to the Guyanan rainforest as well. We wrote a poem on Thursday. We did a poster as well about deforestation, and you did your newsletter today. I would like you to read all of them and check them for basic punctuation and spelling errors. Check your writing in the correct tense and the correct person as well. And then I would like to choose one or two, and I want you to improve them. Don't forget, when we're proofreading and editing, we have two things to do. We are doing our corrections, fixing up the things that are wrong, but then you have the opportunity to do some improvements as well. Think, I asked you to use some front adverbials. Did you use any front adverbials? I asked you to use a semicolon. Did you use a semicolon? If you're missing any of those items, now's your chance to upskill your writing and improve it. Have you written a paragraph and it doesn't really make sense? Or could you have expanded on something? Now's your chance to go back and improve it. When you have done your improvements, I want you to photograph whatever you've improved. And then in the comments, I want you to just tell me what things you have done to improve your writing so I can compare. So if you're improving your settings description from Wednesday, I can have a look between the two photos and look at your comments, and that will help me to understand what you've been doing. Some people said to me, my work's perfect. It's fine, it doesn't need any improvements. Well, sit down, my friend. Nothing is ever perfect. Have a think, how can you improve it? What would make it better? Because there's always something extra you could do. And it's sometimes a bit tricky. If you're looking at a piece of writing and you think it's actually bob on that, I don't think I could do anything more, maybe choose a different piece of writing. I bet your poems could do with a little look at. Don't just tell me all my writing's fine, I don't need to do anything. That is slack. Think about Roald Dahl, who edited his stories over and over and over and over again and reworked them and reworked them and reworked them until he was completely happy. You guys are saying you're better than Roald Dahl. No one's as good as Roald Dahl, guys. Sorry. You're pretty good. But yeah, check, fix, make it better, send it over. Last job today, and I used to love doing this job when I was younger. We're going to have a look at some different plants this afternoon. I'm hoping the weather's going to be okay. If it's not okay, maybe you can do it this weekend and pop it on Dojo and we'll look at it on Monday. But let's think about the rainforest again. And in the rainforest, there are millions of different types of plants. Millions, like we've got trees, vines, bushes, shrubs, teeny tiny like succulents, ferns. I'm going to show you some plants. Wait there. We've got things like this. Do you know what type of plant this is? This is like a ferny plant. I want you to have a look at some plants there and I want you to notice the different types of leaves they have. So this is like a fern plant, and if I come really close, you can see they've got these teeny tiny leaves all along to make these kind of fluffy fronds of leaves. This is a fern. You get lots of these in the rainforest. These plants really like shade, and that's really good in the rainforest. These live on the rainforest floor. They're obviously massive in comparison when they're in the rainforest, but these like shade, which is great in the rainforest because the canopy prevents most light getting to the ground in the rainforest. So this is a type of plant we would get in the rainforest. We have plants that look like this. Oh, I feel like my flat's really rainforesty today. We have plants that look like this. This is kind of more of like a succulent type of plant, which has huge leaves. Can you see the colour variation on these leaves as well? Look how pale they are in the middle. And they get darker and darker. They're really pale on the inside and then they get darker as they go out. These have got really chunky leaves, which means they suck up lots of water and they store it in their leaves, which is good in the rainforest because there's loads of water, so they can suck it all up. Nice little plant. Let me see what else I've got. Wait there. I've got another succulent plant which looks a little bit different. I should have got these ready before. Here is another succulent type plant with much smaller leaves. Purple on the underneath, can you see? And green on top. There are some paint spots on there because Adam did some painting and didn't move the plant. So that plant's got some paint on it, which is annoying. I'll show you a couple more. This plant is glorious. Look at these leaves. I'm not sure that this is from the rainforest. But these leaves, this is a real plant. This isn't a fake plant. I'm not going to touch its leaves because you can get an allergic reaction from this plant. But look at the colour variation. Look, like, beautiful. Dark green, and then it's like blends into mid-green, then into a really pale green, almost into white. Absolutely beautiful. Really beautiful. We have plants. These aren't all from the rainforest now, I'm just highlighting the different types of leaves you can get. We have plants like this that have leaves that grow about this big, but teeny, oh, it's got hair on it. Teeny, tiny leaves. I'm not sure if this plant's doing very well, but it doesn't seem to give up. It keeps growing new leaves. Look at these teeny, tiny new leaves growing. Smaller than my fingernail. Just want to show you a couple more. Let me take you. I've got this plant as well, and this plant is very famous. It's a cheese plant, and they have these beautiful leaves with these like slits in them, and they vary. You can have ones with lots and lots of slits like this one, bigger than my hand. It looks like fingers, doesn't it? So I think that is all I will show you. These leaves, amazing. A bit like the ferns in fronds, very fluffy. Well, so there's a tour of all my plants. Not all my plants, but, you know, some plants. What I would like you to do today for topic is, you could draw yourself a little grid to do this on, or you could just get a couple of pieces of paper. I want you to draw as many different types of plant leaves as you can find. there might be, you might want to draw them in a grid, or you might want to draw them to size. Like the cheese plant leaves are huge in comparison to this, which is tiny. I want you to try and get as much detail in there as possible. You might want to do some shading and keep them black and white, or you could use some colours if you've got some different shades of green at home. Be impressive if you knew which plant they were on. Your grown-ups might need to help you with that, but draw as many different leaves as you can. I'm looking for at least 6, please. And I'm really excited to see those. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like plants. Have a beautiful day and an excellent weekend, and week 12 next week. What? Hope you all picked up your new packs this week, ready to go for Monday. If you didn't, you're gonna have to pop to school on Monday because school is closed today. Have a lovely, lovely time. Miss you all. Bye.